From Owen Field, I'm Jenni Carlson here with Brandon Chatmon. Oklahoma State losing to Oklahoma 27-0 today. Brandon, let's talk about that zero first of all. Oklahoma State's offense only 109 yards today. Not very flashy. What about the offense today?
The biggest thing for me for the offense today, it just didn't seem like the Cowboys came out and were really aggressive the way they normally are. It seemed like in a lot of ways they were trying to make sure there were no mistakes made, trying to make sure they didn't have any busts that ended up costing them. So I think in some ways that's what cost them.
What about Zach Robinson in specific? He did not play against Colorado in the Thursday night game, but plays today. Looks a little bit hobbled. Talk about his day and his struggles.
Yeah, Zach looked like he was a little bit hobbled. It looked like his arm strength wasn't quite there. Obviously, he's been dealing with the right shoulder injury, so that might have had something to do not only with OSU's lack of aggressiveness, but just what was going on in general. But at the same time, early in the game, Zach was running like the old Zach. He was trying to make plays like the old Zach. So you really don't know what was going on. I think one thing that kind of stood out to me, it seemed like early on after they started messing up, had a couple of fumbles, a fumble here, a fumble there, a couple of mistakes. It seemed like in some ways they kind of tightened up and they stopped trying to make big plays. And I think at the end of the day that hurt them as well.
Let's talk next about special teams because that's been such a big advantage for Oklahoma State in a lot of games. Quinn Sharp not really playing like he has, and Parrish Cox not really getting the return game going. Talk about special teams today for the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. OU just completely won the special teams battle. I mean, Tress Wade kept coming out, booming punt after punt, putting Parrish Cox in positions where he couldn't make big plays in the return game. And then here comes Ryan Broyles. Big return here, big return there. It was pretty clear the Sooners won that battle.
Lastly, let's talk about bowls for the Cowboys. They were looking at possibly a Fiesta Bowl, a BCS berth. Now where do the bowl hopes stand?
BCS berth is obviously pretty much gone, but I'd say they still have a really, really good chance to go to the Cotton Bowl, which is not a bad bowl to be going to. You're still in a position where you finished number 2 in the South. You still had a good season. That's the one thing you do have to keep in mind. You still had a solid season. You still overcame a lot. You just ended it with one of your worst games of the season.
Thanks, Brandon. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere. NewsOK.com and every day in the Oklahoman.